Welcome back, scholars. Today we're going to be focusing on calculating with three-digit numbers. Let's first look at these digits here and see if there are any patterns. Do you see patterns? Let's look and see. We have a 7 plus 5. Here's another 7 and a 5 and a 7 and a 5. But if you notice, the 7s are in different places. We have it in the 1s place, the 10s place, and the 100s place. Okay, and the 5s, we have the 1s place and the 10s place. So there are going to be some similar answers since we have the 7 and the 5 included in each problem, but because of the place value of the 7 and 5 in each of the problems, the answer is going to be slightly different or greatly different. All right, so we have 7 plus 5. So let's represent that first on the hundreds chart or hundreds map. Okay, so we have 7. So we're going to draw, let's draw 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, we're only going to include 5 in a row just to keep the patterns going evenly. All right, in this particular case, we're going to add 2 more to complete 7, and then we're going to do another row of 5. 7 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if you notice, and now I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to put the 5 here. Let's do it as if we were adding the 5 first. 5 plus 7, just so you can see the pattern a little bit more. Okay, 5 plus 7, remember 5 plus 7 is the same as 7 plus 5. In addition, we can switch the numbers around and we'll still receive the same answer. All right, so let's look. Whenever you have more than 9 ones, you're going to go ahead and bundle a 10. So we know this is why we work in rows of 5. So we have 5 and 5, and that's 10. We're going to bundle this set of 10 ones and create 110. Now that we've created that 110, we've just renamed the ones into a 10. So, in a way, we're not removing them, we're just changing them into a new entity. So we have 110 and 2 ones. 110 and 2 ones. 110 and 2 ones is equal to 12. We say that 12. 7 plus 5 equals 12. All right, so let's look at the next equation. Okay. So now we're looking at 70 plus 50. 70 plus 50. Okay. And this is a little bit messy, but that's okay. We're going to make it so that we can still visualize everything. Okay. So remember, we have the same digits, 7 and 5, but they're in different locations. We have 70 plus 50 now. All right, so this time we have 7 tens. Remember, this is in the tens place now. So 1, 2, 3. Let's start with the 5 tens like we did before. 5 tens. Okay, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 more. So that equals 7 tens. So 5 tens, 7 tens. There are 0 ones, so we don't include anything there. But just like we bundled before, we're going to bundle again. So this time we're bundling the 10 tens into 100. We're renaming 10 tens into 100. And let's actually make that into a flat. And these, just so you know, should have been cubes. Okay. All right, so the 10 tens are now 100. So let's look at our answer. We have 100, 2 tens, and 0 ones. Make sure you put that 0, that placeholder. That's extremely important. So that we say, we read this number as 120. 70 plus 50 equals 120. And then finally, we look at 7 in one more location. Now the 50 stays the same as the previous problem, but the 7 changes locations. So we already had that 100. Now we have 700s. So 1, 2. Are we going to have enough room? We should make these very tiny. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 700s, and not 50 tens, but 5 tens. The value of the 5 in the tens place is 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The value is 50, but there are only 5 tens. Okay? So let's write what the answer would be. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hundredths, 5 tens, and remember that placeholder, that very important placeholder there is 0 ones. All right, so we read that number as 750. 700 plus 50 equals 750. So you see that even though we're using the same digits in each of these equations, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, the placement of the number in the hundreds, tens, or ones place drastically changes the answer. So make sure that you pay close attention to the place that the numbers are placed in and the value of each number. Looking forward to seeing your responses.